guys, this is it. That's the cheap, recently produced Chinese CRT. I bought from I didn't buy actually from a Chinese seller. I bought it from a local store here in my country, Greece, where they sold it for like, well, they had two other models actually. This is the 17 inch model they had on offer, and they sold it for around 60 euros with shipping included. Well, the name of the shop is actually Neta as the brand of the television as well, but of course they didn't make the television themselves. I've seen the same exact model, same exact television on Alibaba and various other Chinese websites, of course without the Neta brand. So I guess they bought in bulk in these televisions and branded them as their own. Of course, the Chinese sellers don't give receipts about what these guys do. But anyway, this guy is a standard definition in CRT, and I concluded that from the fact that 240p 480i, as you have seen on the other video, does not display very nice, very good. You see the letters go into, they're not very clean, as you have seen from other pictures. But now I'm gonna show you 240p content, like PS1 specifically, 240p, 240i essentially, but yeah, and how clean it looks on RGB mode. Alright, let's go. It says here Euro RGB, which means it's on PAL mode, RGB. I hope the phone captures it well. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect obviously, because I'm not using any special apps or any special equipment. Alright, I can see very visible scan lines, especially on text. Right now on the FMVs they're not very visible. Okay, I can see that from the phone they're not really visible, but you can faintly see them. Okay, now look how clean this looks. To remind you, this is RGB SCART from a PS2. A cheap RGB SCART actually, not an official one or a retro gaming cable one, just a cheap OM I bought here locally. Look at how clean the image looks in the scan lines. I'm not an expert on CRTs. I only own two so far, actually three. Two are on this apartment. I'm not very familiar with CRTs. I mean, I played on them back in the day when I was a kid, but I was just a kid. I didn't know anything about CRTs back then. I just played games, really. So, I mean, I've never known a PVM, so I don't know how good this looks in a PVM. But it looks very, very clean. I doubt it's gonna look even better on a PVM, I guess. I mean, it looks very clean. I think the camera can see it. It looks even cleaner in the naked eye. I mean, the phone kinda makes it look like a little too bright. I guess if I turn down the brightness even more, it's gonna look better on the phone. I'm gonna do just that actually. Yeah, there's a lot of flickering, of course, from the phone. I don't see any flickering, just the shutter speed of the phone. The phone is not synchronized with the television, that's why, and I don't know how to do it easily, and I just kinda gave up after a while researching on it, searching for apps. So just, you guys gonna have to tolerate the flickering and the moire effect all screens show when you record them directly. Alright, when I turn down the brightness even more, let's see how. Okay, that's the lowest brightness you can get, and actually you lose some detail even on the phone, so I'm just gonna increase it. Yeah, actually, it's kind of pointless, so just go to the game. Alright. I'm not gonna play very well, of course, I'm with one hand, but that's not the point here. Yeah, whatever. Skip the FMV, there's nothing of. Oh wait, why does it look, hold on, did it change something? No, it's RGB mode still, as you guys can see, it says RGB. The other modes are video, which I guess stands for composite, kinda makes it look a little more composite like, more blurry. Oops, alright. The other one is this, I presume is S video. Yeah, it looks interesting, it looks quite different. It's not very aligned, the screen actually. I think that's what people call geometry that I need to calibrate. I'm not gonna do that anytime soon though. And of course then it's RGB. And RGB looks the cleanest it can look, I believe. Alright. One of my other issues, the big issue that I have with this television, is that the screen doesn't fit no matter what I do. Some games do, especially the games that I can move the screen around wherever I want, but almost every game has a few issues not fitting in the screen. It's not very it's not too much, and it's not like obviously not fitting. You can still play just fine and see most of the screen. It's just those minor details. I guess that's, as I said, the geometry, what people say. Alright. Yeah, it does look like kinda washed out. I mean, the board looks white, while in reality it's red with a white glow on it, I guess. But the phone records it as white. Yeah, the whole picture actually looks, on the phone, I mean, it looks a little washed out, but it's not really, it's just the phone recording it.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul.
By the way,
Mankind
I think
ill needs a savior such as you.
this is a slot mask. If you look very close, I mean,
A miserable little
the pictures show it even better.
but enough
But this is not a slot mask. I have another CRT of the same size. That's definitely a slot mask, and this doesn't look like it. So this is either a slot shadow mask, dot mask, as I don't know how exactly do they call it, or an aperture grill, if this is from a Trinitron, this tube. But I don't think I'm so lucky. I mean, I think this is a slot mask, I guess. I think slot mask is the only panel that you can actually see scan lines. Visible, very visible ones, at least. Alright. Okay, how am I gonna play this with one hand? I don't think I can. Alright, let me pass this phase of the game quickly. So we can show you Alucard, how he looks. Fuck. can't skip this section, this text actually. Okay.